air is fresh and the spring and summer finally here. The birds are singing, all the new flowers are blooming. It truly is a beautiful time to be alive. Surely nothing can rain on this spring parade. But if you're like me, you know that there's just one little thing that can really spoil a warm sunny day, and that's the dreaded hay fever. When we go out for a good time to enjoy the great outdoors, the hay fever kicks in. It makes our eyes puffy and itchy, we're sneezing, a runny nose, and it really just puts a big downer on the whole day out. So firstly, why do we even get hay fever? And that actually comes down to our own immune system. When pollen enters into our body, when it's floating along on that fresh summer's breeze, our body mistakes pollen for something bad, and so it releases inflammatory chemicals. One of the main inflammatory chemicals that they get released from the body is histamine. Now, when you buy your hay fever medicine from the shop, you probably notice that they're all say antihistamines, and they work by blocking the histamine receptors, thus restoring some harmony within our sinuses. But did you know it's not just man-made medicines that can do this? There are actually plants that act as natural antihistamines too. And not only do they come with less side effects, and they're not shipped from all around the world made out of ingredients with names longer than my arm, they're actually really good for us, packed full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and all in all, just welcoming these plants into our diet is an immune system, health boosting, great thing to do. Now there's two plants that reign supreme when it comes to treating our seasonal allergies, and the first one, would you believe it, is the common stinger nettle. The common stinger nettle is naturally anti-inflammatory, and of course it's naturally an antihistamine, making it perfect to help treat them horrible symptoms that plague us throughout them pollen-filled days. And to make it fresh, it's super simple. Just take around the equivalent of 2 teaspoons worth and pop them in a cup, and then add your hot water. Simply let that stew for about 5 minutes, and that allows all the goodness from the nettle to transfer into that nice warm water, giving us a delicious nettle tea that has beautiful anti-inflammatory properties. Now you can go out and make one of these every single day throughout the season that your allergies are at their worst, to keep your allergies hopefully at bay. But for me, I take a whole bunch home and dry it out, so it's much more convenient, and I can make a cup of tea in the morning each day. And I'll show you how I do that later on in the video. Now there's this old wives' tale, I suppose it could fall into more of a folklore, traditional method of using stinger nettles to soothe your hay fever. And some people still use it to this day, and some people swear blind that this cures their hay fever, and they do it every year. And what you do is you come out before the allergy season has even started and put your hand in the stingers, and you do that every single day, and apparently that helps keep your hay fever at bay. Now I actually tried this last year and found, building the suspense, that actually did tame my hay fever, but only for about 15 minutes, and then it would just come whooshing back. So test that method at your own peril. And then plant number 2, the beautiful purple dead nettle. This plant is an absolute powerhouse of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, but what makes it so good for treating seasonal allergies is because of its flavonoids. These flavonoids actually stop the body from producing so much histamine, so that reduces all them horrible symptoms that we're all plagued with. Now you can use this in the exactly same way as stinger nettle. You can pop it in a fresh cup of tea for a couple of times a day, drink that every day, and that should help tame your allergies. Or you can do what I do and take low time and dry it out, so we can make convenient cups of tea every morning. So these are the 2 best plants that you can go and forage to treat your seasonal allergies, and each one alone you can use individually. It's all a bit of trial and error. Maybe try stinger nettle first, see if that soothes you. If not, try the dead nettle to see if that soothes you. If not, combine them both together to just create the ultimate hay fever relief. Now I'm going to harvest a whole bunch of this and take it home, and we're going to dry some so we can make a tea every morning, because the goal is to take these every day to just keep the hay fever at bay. Ah, he's a bozo. Go on, I'm gonna do something. So these are the nettles and the purple dead nettle I just collected. Bring them home, because now we're going to dry them out to preserve them and to make tea. Bring them home, put them in a cardboard box lined with tin foil, helps it dry out much faster. Pop that on the side somewhere sunny, and it should take 3 to 4 days for it to completely dry. Here's one that's done about 2 days ago that I'd washed. That's nearly dry. And then this one's been in there for about 4 or 5 days. This is completely dry, as you can see. 100% dry. Now this is ready to be made into our hay fever tea. So I'm going to crunch it all up and then put it in this jar. Ah, now that smells lovely. Look at that. That fresh stinger nettle and dead nettle tea, just made straight from the hillside near me. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Now that makes a really good seasonal allergy relieving tea, and it's an antihistamine and anti-inflammatory, and it's a really good mix to stop us sneezing like crazy. Now, stinger nettle and dead nettle, you can make this and use that just how it is, and that will be really, really good. A good natural remedy. Chamomile is really calming, it really tames your body, really relaxes you. So I'm going to add a little bit of chamomile to this mix. Whoop. Because when I'm in the middle of a hay fever battle, sometimes I just need to calm down because I sneeze like crazy. Achoo! Achoo! And I'm not going to add any hawthorns because chamomile is really calming, calms you down. It's really good to help you sleep before bed, things like that. As is hawthorn. Hawthorn really is good at relaxing you, and it's good for like anxiety, stuff like that. Really chills you out. Both chill you out in a different way, I'd say. Mix that up. Like chamomile. Oh, spill it some over my head. Check out that. That's a perfect hay fever tea, that. And that's it. Then all you do, if you've got a teapot that you can boil it in, so it filters out all the bits when you pour it, that's cool. If not, purchase yourself a pack of reusable tea bags. These are all organic and plastic free and all that. Then simply add 2 teaspoons worth to this. 1, 2, if I can get it. Pop that in a cup. And get ready for a cup of powerful hay fever relieving tea. Stew that for about 5-10 minutes. Let that stew. Let all that goodness go into the hot water, and then you can get some natural hay fever relief. And that's it. That's how you make a healthy hay fever relieving tea just from foraged plants. Now there's one more thing you could do. If you can get honey from your local bees and add that to your tea, that's just the icing on the cake, and that will also really help relieve them hay fever symptoms. So I haven't got any of that, so I'm going to add some rosehip syrup that we made last year, just to sweeten that tea to perfection. because I'm not sweet enough. Cheers. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and ring that bell so you get notifications whenever we upload a video.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
And if you're interested in supporting our channel further so we can keep this content being created for free, then check out our Patreon. All the links for everything we just said is in the descriptions below.